So just really looking forward now to riding through the rest of the magnificent Glencoe en route to Fort William, and then we're going to pick up the next of this North Coast 767 route. Next exciting bit is going to be Bar, which is the high road with the hairpins. Stick around and stay tuned. Wow, this just gets better and better. Again, just incredible to think that hundreds of years ago the Highlanders actually managed to live in these places. How inhospitable would it be to live here with no facilities? Very hard winters, very little to live on, just this rough ground. I'm just going to leave the camera rolling, it's so gorgeous. Just don't want to miss this. These are the sort of roads and routes that motorcycles are made for. Just look at this place. Another photograph stop? I think so. Right. Another few photos in the can. Let's hit the road. Beautiful waterfall just there on my left. Just took a couple of photographs of that. What about this sunshine? It's almost warm out here now. I love these colours, these browns. Just look amazing. I imagine a couple of months ago this was pretty white. And the reason why it's brown is because it's just emerging from the winter's snows. Here's a guess. These mountains here are really steep-sided. There's just something about the colours that's kind of good for your soul. Well, I fancy living there. I don't know where you go when you want to pop out for a quick curry. It's all very lovely, but I wouldn't want to live here. Look at this. These the Alps when you got this on your doorstep, eh? Another GS man over there with the inferior grey model. Just imagining what this would be like in the peak of the holiday season, because this is of course tourist central, one of the things that people come to Scotland to see. Rightly so, of course. I imagine this road gets pretty snarled up. Yep, I've been lucky enough to go to some beautiful places in the world in my time, the Rockies, the Alps and so on, but I really do think Scotland is up there with the best of them. Simply stunning. Right, enough gushing, let's head on, crack on. Next destination, Fort William. Okay, how are we doing for fuel? Says we've got a range of 167 miles, so I won't top up yet, but I don't want to be missing fuel stops too often. So this is Glencoe village at the end of Glencoe itself. Cafes and shops, all the usual sort of thing. I shan't be stopping. Hello, sir. Right, one chance to get past this little van perhaps. So this body of water on my left is Loch Linney. Another massive loch. Many years ago I had a holiday up here. Very splendid it was too. So I've come to the conclusion that the whole of the West Highlands is absolutely brilliant, and what I should just do is leave the camera rolling for the next couple of days, because we don't want to miss any of this. Just look at this road, beautiful. It's just really difficult to convey and to capture how lovely a ride this is. In the MCN article describing the NC767, as they've called it, it said that this was the best weekend riding you can have in the UK, and I think they're probably absolutely right. It is absolutely stunning and gorgeous, and I shall do it again someday. Maybe I'll do it the other way around. I'm doing it clockwise, perhaps anti-clockwise would be fun one year. You just become blasé about this gorgeous scenery. Every corner you turn there's another amazing view, and in a few days time when I'm back at home, I'll kill for a couple of hours of these roads. Just marvellous. It's weird because in a car I absolutely hate these sort of roads. I mean, I love the scenery obviously, but these roads make you feel a bit ill in the car, all the lurching around from left to right. But on a bike, because you lean it, of course, you don't get that lurching feeling. It's just positive G all the time, so you don't get that sort of, well, I get a bit car sick if I'm a passenger on these sorts of roads. I can't wait to get out the car, but these are the sort of roads on a bike that are just heaven sent. So just coming into Fort William now, which is the most major town, I guess, in the area, and it's only a small place at that, but I don't know if you can see those white buildings over on the shore to the north of me, over that way. That's Fort William, and my stomach is just sending my brain a message to make it think about whether it's time for a lunch stop. Well, the sun is properly out now at Fort William. Amazing. So, what's that restaurant? Looks quite nice. Cranog. My brain's desperately trying to fight my stomach, because I could do with getting a few more miles on my belt really, so I think I'm going to pass on through Fort William without stopping and head on to towards Strathcarron, which is about another 70 miles on up the A82. Let's go this way. It's just when you're on these bike tours, you have to be quite picky about where you stop for food and stuff, because leaving your bike involves quite a bit of faff. What's this vehicle doing? Get past him. So unless you can park right outside so you can see your bike and you can see the stuff that's on it, you have to take, you know, tank bag and other stuff off, and it can be a right pain. So unless there's something obvious, I ain't going to stop. Okay, so I think my stomach may have won that battle. There is somewhere fairly obvious up here that it might be an ideal lunch stop where I can park the bike where I can see it and just grab a snack. Actually a place I remember visiting from when I was up here on holiday many years ago. Amazing thing, the human memory. Because I wouldn't have been able to recall this, but just as I approached it just now past it, I've just turned around to come back. I just remember that I've been in here before. How the heck does the brain do that? Anyway, lunch beckons. This is the place. I'll get something healthy and quick without de-rigging the whole bike. Let's do for a quick stop. Okay, well, thank you, Fort William. I'm afraid I let myself down there. That battle I was having between stomach and head, the stomach won. So I thought I'd go and have a quick sandwich and a cup of tea, and then I saw the restaurant, and before you know it, I've got a big plate of sausage and mash in front of me. Let myself down. I feel absolutely stuffed now. I should have had the sandwich after all. Anyway, I've got to crack on now, because I've got like about 75 odd miles to do now before I get to the start of that the steep pass at Applecross, or the Ballochna Bar as it's called. So I'm going to crack on, and I'll speak to you when I'm a little bit nearer there. Okay, I find myself behind Blue Van Man now, but over on my left is Lochie, another beautiful one of these Scottish lakes. We're getting all beautiful out, getting very blasé about the views. Wonderful riding though, and the temperature's warmed up. There seems to be no sign of rain in the air anymore, actual blue sky in the sky. It's perfect riding weather now. Just look at this place. Gorgeous. Opportunity. Another opportunity. Gotta take these when they present themselves on these sort of roads, because you never know when you're going to get a chance again. You don't really want to be stuck on a coach. And another opportunity. Now we can have some fun. Oh yes, this is what it's all about. Yeah! Does life get better than this, I have to ask myself? I don't think so. These roads are just epic. Still a little bit damp from the night's downpours, but lovely and smooth. Just beautiful riding roads. Look at this. Fabulous. Just makes me appreciate how brilliant these GSs are. They really are do anything bikes, these. You can chuck them about on the twisters and you can do hundreds of miles. Just brilliant. Gorse is beautiful. Over the Caledonian Canal. And up the Great Glen. This is turning out to be, and I think without exaggeration, the best day's motorcycling I've ever had. It has been absolutely superb. This is Loch Oich, O-I-C-H. How do they come up with these names, eh? Okay, bit of a challenge here then. Just obscenely picturesque. So I've turned off that brilliant road. Now I've gone left at Invergary towards the Carl of Loch Elch. I'm now on the A87, which is just another one of these amazing biking roads. It's just... there's just no straight bits in it, and it's through this amazing forest. It's just absolutely biker's paradise, this. I'm loving it. And not only has the sun come out, but seems to have lost a lot of the traffic as well now. Just means you've... oh, as soon as I say that, look, loads of cars come past. Just yet another little loch. Beautiful. According to my instrumentation, I've got a range of another 129 miles, and so loads to go yet, but I can't help thinking I've passed so few fuel stations that once it gets below 100 miles range, any fuel station I see I'm going to take. But what a road, what a view. I mean, this is just amazing. Superb. I may never need to go abroad again. This is just brilliant. Wow, a bit of logging being gone on here. Incredible. I assume that's what it is and not natural causes. Or perhaps there was a fire and they've had to cut trunks down, I don't know. Bit of a mess there though. This is GS territory, alright. Just when you think it can't possibly get any better, Scotland just keeps getting better. unbelievable views up here. Feels like we're climbing quite a bit. Let's check out the elevation. 922 feet and climbing. Just when it was all going so well, came over to the other side of the mountains and started to rain quite hard, and the wind has really got up. And this GS with a panniers acts like a massive sail. And luckily there's not much traffic, because just now I went around a corner and I literally got blown into the other carriageway, the oncoming one. So I'm now bracing myself around every corner for a gust of wind that's going to move me over. But all part of the joys of motorcycling, I guess. These are the sorts of roads we like. Look at the twists on this one. Brilliant. Also keen on the dirty great holes in the middle of them though. Well, if I squared the tyres off on the way up here on the motorways yesterday, today I'm hoping I'm rounding the edges off a treat. Hope you can see all this alright. A little bit of rain around again. Feels like I'm making my way well north now into the wilds. There's really not much out here except for mountains and lakes. Okay, found a little fuel stop. Different. Not quite what I'm used to. What happens here then? Pay at card terminal, select correct fuel, fill up with fuel, replace nozzle, get receipt. Okay, sounds straightforward. The old fuel tank, or the range, has just gone below 100 miles, so when I saw this fuel stop I thought I should be careful and just get the thing topped up, so I'll do that now. Excellent, well at least the rain has stopped again. I got a full tank of fuel again. It turned out it's actually the same sort of gadget that you get at airfield, so it's a very familiar procedure. And I've got a full tank of fuel again, so I should be good for the rest of today. Splendid, that's one little concern off my mind. Right, away we go again then. On there. Nothing coming. Well, excellent little facility, that's there 24 hours a day. So no excuse, and according to the range now, I've got 201 miles, so more than enough for the day. Now these mountains are changing shape a little bit now, starting to look a bit more craggy, a bit more alpine, that one ahead of me. I wonder why that is, if it's made of a different material. Who knows? Shiel, apparently. I'm so glad I divided this route up into a 3-day route rather than doing it in the 2 days that MCN says that you can do it in, because it might only be, you know, 270 miles or something between where I started just north of Glasgow and where I'm hoping to end up in Ullapool. But on these twisty roads you can't really get a high average speed. It's fantastic riding, great fun, but it does take quite a long time to cover any distance. And I think by the time I get to my snug hotel in Ullapool I'm going to be ready for a hot bath, a nice meal and bed. And the thought of riding another couple of 100 miles today doesn't really appeal, even though it's been brilliant, I have to say. It's like another Glencoe, this. Just one that no one knows about. Stunning. I'm a big fan of the YouTube channel A Brit, a Blonde and a Bike. I don't know if you've seen that. It's a couple out in New Zealand. Sorry, I forgot their names, but well, I remember the lady is called Kim because she's very attractive, and I remember her. But the fella, sorry mate, can't remember your name. I think it might be Tom. Anyway, I'm terrible with names. I barely remember my own. Please don't take it personally. Anyway, he's batting well above his weight, as I've told him, and which is far too good for him, and he readily admits that. Anyway, where was I with this? Oh yeah, so yeah, I watched their channel. They ride around New Zealand and it always looks absolutely stunning, which I'm sure it is, and I'm always very jealous to the degree of actually wanting to move there. But I have to say, this is just as good. Okay, it may not be as warm, not that it's cold today, but this is just as good as anything I've seen on there, I think. Okay, just popped out into this little town. This is called Shiel, on the edge of this loch. Lovely spot. Looks like I'm going to be going over a bridge in a minute, so that might be exciting. I went over one earlier actually, and annoyingly I didn't have the camera running, and it was really quite spectacular. Oh, that's the bridge I'm going over. That's not spectacular at all. So I really wish I'd had the camera running before on the previous bridge, which looked like something out of the Canadian Rockies. This one, sadly, not that exciting. Anyway, I say that, it's better than wading the bike through that lot, so I'm quite happy with it. Wow, whole little community living down here. Talk about cut off. Where the local IMAX cinema is. Right, I've got about 16 miles to run now to where am I going? Strathcarron, that was it, Strathcarron, which is basically the start of the Loch Nabar, the Applecross Pass, which I'm getting a little bit concerned about now, because there's some pretty steep turns and the old bike's loaded up and pretty heavy, but I'm sure we'll be fine. Opportunity knocks, nothing behind. Don't like to break the speed limits in these places, but there are so few chances to overtake. If you don't take them when they come up, you could be stuck on a slow car for mile upon mile. What's going on here? Oh yeah?
White load, Scotty.
Okay.
Park behind the red car.
Okie dokie. Wonder what all that was about. Wide load coming apparently. Intriguing. I wonder how wide a wide load is. I'll also take the opportunity to stretch my legs. Oh. Ah. Hi.
How are you doing?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Where are you heading today?
Olipool, I hope.
Alright.
Sound good?
Yeah, Liverpool's fine.
Good. How long is it going to take me?
For a couple hours.
Hmm.
You got accommodation booked?
Yeah, I have. Yeah. 1 hour would have been better. I'm knackered.
It's the road you're going to be going on to is quite unforgiving for a tired biker.
Yeah.
Just, if you are tired, stop, get a cup of tea.
Yeah. Good plan. Is that Loch Nabar, the steep one?
Aye.
Yeah. Looking forward to that. I heard a lot about it.
Oh, that should be great.
Yeah.
But you're going on Liverpool Road. From here, there's a junction coming up, probably about 10 mile away.
Yep.
Turn right there.
Yep.
You're going to go over some what looks like really nice roads.
Yeah.
And then you're going to go on some single track roads that you can't read, including bits where you'll come up a hill.
Yep.
And it will all of a sudden go left.
Yep.
And then it'll go right.
Yep.
And you'll just white line it across.
Right. So be careful.
There's been bike fatals there because of the layout of the road.
Really?
So just
Okay. Good advice. I'll take it easy.
the sides of the road, 'cause it's single track, a lot of it. They're a bit like that. They're unforgiving.
Yeah.
Take your time on that bit. There's plenty more fun bits.
Will do. Alright, thank you for that. Excellent. Cheers, see you. Aha, here comes the load. Blimey, must be the whole police force out doing this. What the bejesus is that? Oh, it looks like it's maybe a blade from a... what's it? Not hydro. From a wind farm. Look at the length of this thing. Unbelievable. It's not just a wide load, that is a very long load. Incredible. What on earth are they made out of? That is a bit of precision engineering right there. Turbine blades, that was the word I was looking for. Wow. I'm not stuck behind those going to Ullapool. That is a beautifully made bit of kit. Right, better mount up again. And I shall heed that policeman's advice about Balakna Bar. Seems it's a pretty tricky road. So I'll take it very easy. I was just saying I was getting worried about it. And now he's worried me even more. Anyway, how hard can it be? Right, let's get there.